Today, we're going to take a look at weed barriers.
So here you can see, this was, I guess, remulched a couple times. We put down a weed barrier, put some stone on top of it, and then a couple years later put down another barrier and then filled it up with mulch. And I think we might have even done it a third time. And this thing ended up just being a haven for grass and weeds. It's like the weed barrier did nothing after a couple years. And so I decided to clean this up, and I can't even begin to tell you how difficult it was trying to get the grass out. I mean, these images don't do it justice, but the grass was just so embedded in the fabric. And I've been like trying to pull this stuff up. But what was really interesting is what happened to the soil underneath. I mean, you can see here, it's like a clay. It's just this like real slimy, hard, compacted earth that doesn't look very healthy. And I guess it's because the, not getting properly aired, and the mulch isn't mixing with it and, turning it into good, rich soil. So this is the task at hand, is how to move all this mulch out of the way, pull up all this weed barrier. You can see all the rock that used to be in there. That all just turned to dust. And then you can see all these roots. These things were like growing in between the barriers. And it's been a real headache trying to get this stuff out. I mean, it's just an absolute disaster. It should be like a crime against the trees, a crime against tree humanity, that these poor guys have to live in such conditions. And of course you can see here what the aftermath of that cold spell we had. I think some of these trees are going to make it, although there are a few that look suspicious. So anyway, I'm going to get back to cleaning this thing up, and we'll try to get it back in order. So we just scoop all this stuff out of the way. All right, now we're making a nice pile that we'll have to go through and clean. We get all this mulch off of these dreaded good for nothing. I mean, literally good for nothing. I mean, I shouldn't, I guess, cast too much judgment on someone's business of making, this stuff never goes away. I don't know if you can see me. This stuff is like plastic. It's here forever. And so, pull all this mulch out of the way, and then we'll clean it. Go figure, right? Cleaning mulch. I've been reduced to that. But as I was saying a minute ago, this is all just preparation, right? You got a little piece of ground, a little yard. I don't know, a third of an acre maybe, probably not even. If I can't manage a little piece of property, right, how am I going to manage a farm? Because that's the objective here, is eventually move and get a bigger piece of property, or I can do, all that homesteading stuff, growing food. And I have a garden, and we'll get to that. I think you've probably seen it in a couple other videos. Remember the Korean War? I made that out of the beans and whatever else I had. Good heavens. So anyway, I'm gonna get to work on this, and I'll get back to you whenever I get this done and show you what the final product looks like. I gotta then clean the mulch, which brings on a whole other set of problems, right? I thought I could just cart all the mulch out and then replace it, but I got nowhere to put 30, 35 wheelbarrows full of mulch. And then, even if I did just make one giant pile, I'd have to truck in a bunch more mulch. and then it starts getting pricey. So I got to go through and pick out the grass. This is what I ended up doing. I go through and just pluck it out, and this doesn't look too bad, right? This won't be too hard, this section right here. But if I had taken some video the other day, I mean, it would take an hour to kind of sift through one pile just to clean it up. But you know, that's all right. I got nothing else to do, right? This is all preparation. Look at this. It's like triple layered right here. You probably can't see it. Let me show you. Got a layer of right here, double layer. And then you got roots growing in between. And then you have another layer. It's hard to see that. Another layer right here. So you got these roots that are just trapped in there, I guess. Anyway, this is it's quite a project. It didn't need to be, but I didn't know what I was doing back in the old days. You never know what you're gonna find. So check this out. Where'd it go? Sprinkler head. We got a buried sprinkler head under. And now look at this. I thought I was at the end. I thought I had finished digging up the paper in this area. And then I find yet another layer. It's like, how many layers deep does this mess go? And you can see the roots on top, growing right through to the bottom, a whole other set. I mean, I can't believe, just look at this. Oh, man.
Well, I've gotten most of the weed barrier out of that garden bed, and now begins the process of sort of cleaning up that mulch. I'm not too concerned about getting it, you know, cosmetically, you know, at that level. I want it healthy. I mean, I've learned over the last, I don't know, 6 or 8 months in the research and even the experiments I've done, how just vital the soil is. I mean, there's so much talk about fertilizing and watering and this and that, whatever. But I mean, I think as far as I'm concerned, the soil is priority. All right. So I really want to start working on the soil on this little piece of property here. And I think that'll help with a lot of the problems that I have. I have some other trees. I'll be showing you them later. Some of these fruit trees that have fungus and disease. And I think this is all related to the condition of the soil that breeds a tree that's not healthy and is not able to sort of fend for itself against these things. But anyway, I guess I've committed a crime against treemanity. I found these websites. These are, you can get free mulch. Or here it's 3 cents per pound. You got to go pick it up from the city of San Antonio. Over here, chipdrop.com. They will deliver mulch right to your house for free, but you don't know when it's coming and you don't know how much you're going to get. A little bit leery about using that service for now, but I'm certainly going to explore this, get some free mulch. I got plenty of areas where I could be mulching, and I'd like to take advantage of some of these opportunities to not spend money. What a great idea or situation that is. But in the meantime, no more weed barrier. You know, the grass grew so well where I didn't want it to grow. The one area of my yard where I did not want any grass, that's where it grew the best. I think because the rock that I had out there, the lava rock and the mulch, it just created like a really thin layer of soil that was probably pretty good. And the grass found its way in, and the weeds, and they did so well. But again, that's not where I wanted it. So anyway, that will do it for this episode. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and do all that stuff and help this channel along.